myself. Sorry. Don't give me the teacher stare.
I have refrained from it for 104 hours.
Woo!
From doing the teacher stare. Welcome to Adventurers Wanted. This is hour 104. We just have a few things to tell you before we get started. First thing being that this performance, like all our performances, is a relaxed performance. What that means is that the lighting state will stay exactly like this. Theoretically, the hotel lights have been playing up on us a little bit. If they go out, don't panic. It might happen. I will fix it as quickly as possible, but these two lights will stay on, so we won't be survived in darkness. We are also not expecting any disturbing loud noises or anything like that. There will be music for atmospheric purposes, and if Ian rolls a 20, then he's going to shout. It should be fine.
I'm getting better.
You are.
Yeah. We also have a relaxed attitude towards sound and movement for our audience for the benefit of those who are unable to stay silent or be still for, don't worry, he's a friend of mine, or be still for a full hour. If you do feel like you need to take a break or a breather at any point during the hour, you can use the seated area just off to the right of the door you came in through, and you'll of course be welcomed back in after that break if you decide to take one. I'm Naomi, I'm the stage manager for today. If you need anything at all during the hour, I'm right over there. Give me a wave or come over and I will sort you out with anything you need. I do have access to hearing loop headsets for you if anyone needs those to access the show. Other than that, I'm going to pass you straight over to Leo, who is our GM today.
Hello! Welcome. Thank you very much. My name's Leo. I'm going to be the GM for the next 2 hours. What is this? What on earth is going on? This is a tabletop role-playing game, which means that the 4 people on my left and right here control individual characters in a fantasy setting, and I control that fantasy setting. I am running all the allies that they meet, all their enemies, and in the last, sort of 9 hours, dinosaurs, because that's the tone that you've come in on at the moment. And we mediate between us with dice. You're right there, Ian.
Don't mind me.
Cool.
I'm just laughing at what my life is at the moment.
We all have those moments. We mediate using dice to try and keep things a semblance of fair. So just to catch you up on the 100 hours of backstory, no, I won't do all of it, but very briefly, the 4 people here are playing characters that are members of the crew of the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel that awakened an ancient evil god on a recent sortie, and so had to cast a magic spell to try and get away, but that spell was far too powerful for them to control, and they find themselves in a reality that is completely different from their own, and now their long-term goal is to try and recreate the spell and get back home. Short-term goal seems to be throwing cows at velociraptors, but we'll come to that in just a moment.
Leading.
I'm sorry, Commander.
Why?
I was stupid
Why?
for trying to talk to dinosaurs. Fine.
Why don't we go around the table and meet our players and their characters? Tell me your name and what your character's name is, and what would distinguish them from the crew. Give us a little of their backstory.
My name's Chloe. I'm playing Relora Ellenvor, who is a half-elf bard. Was the ship's translator about 2-3 weeks ago.
More like 4.5 now.
4.5 weeks ago, she was promoted directly to commander of the ship, despite having 0 expertise or experience or qualifications. So she is desperately trying to look like she knows what she's doing, and mainly going around singing songs to the crew to try and inspire them. That's basically her deal.
Hello, I am Ian in real life, and I am playing the character of Brother Jurgen, who is a cleric of the goddess Lyra, who's the goddess of joy, who doesn't exist in this place that we're in, and so now something else is talking to him, which we still don't know.
No, I know.
I know, okay, I might provide permission to just clear that up in a bit.
It'll get cleared up.
I have been distracted with various other things that have been happening on the ship, so I've been trying to get back to my core roots, and so have recently given myself a promotion to Chief Morale Officer on board the ship. Hashtag Naked Tuesdays. I was sort of ad hoc leading the away mission, the landing party, in the absence of any other major command structure. And my plan is to, as Leo said, throw some cows at some dinosaurs.
Well, we'll come to that. Yeah, we'll come to that.
That's where we left off.
I'm Isla. I am playing Noggin, who is a gnome rogue.
I am the ship's dentist, and I collect things, mainly shiny things, and I also collect teeth. I have a very long list of things that I have.
It's disturbing.
My name is Oz, and I'm playing Galanos, an Half-Orc fighter. I'm the tactical officer on board the Spirit of the Horizon. So I trained up some of the crew in how to fight, and now I'm stuck with this lot.
Okay, Relora. About 3 or 4 hours ago, you were teleported back into the cage, and then 4 hours later, you feel the golden teleportation magic that's become so familiar to you playing over your skin, that metallic taste on your mouth, and you know you're about to swap places again with somebody. You have high hopes that you're about to swap with the landing party. Is there anything particular you were doing just when this was happening, bearing in mind you're in a cage?
I think as much as possible I was probably communicating with the captain, who was in a nearby cage, just briefing him on what had happened to us, and trying to calm him down, because I think by now he's realised that Clancy isn't nearby.
Yes.
Chansey, sorry.
He would
Chansey
definitely...
is the captain's pet baby griffin.
For the sake of context, the whole of the crew, including the ship itself, has been captured and moored on an island in force cages that they cannot get out of by an Ariag creature called the Warden, whom the party is going to try and confront. And then suddenly you're in a sort of woody... The room around you is definitely a wood construction, and it feels like somebody's tried to recreate a sort of lounge area, but all the furniture is wood. There's not really that much cloth about, and sleeping currently on the floor is Brother Jurgen, Noggin, and actually, why don't the three of you tell us where you would have settled down for your night's rest in this area?
So I perched up in a closest thing there was to an armchair.
Yep.
Because, see, as I'm sort of de facto leader at this point, I wanted to be able to spring to action at a moment's notice because I'm a man of action. And that's bollocks. I'm sitting in an armchair and I'm having a snooze after having a wee bit of a puff of the old pipe.
Yeah, he's dozing away, and his pipe is actually just on his chest.
Yeah.
It
Probably
looks
burning
like...
a wee hole in it.
Yeah, it looks like he...
Rocky burn on my jacket there.
Noggin?
I have collected up some of the pillows, some of whatever scraps of cloth are there, and I've made myself a little nest underneath one of the tables. And from the shiny things that I have collected, I've made myself a little, mobile.
Oh.
Are you sure that you're not a magpie rather than a gnome? You've got a nest full of shiny things.
Roll a tinkering check for me.
What's that?
Intelligence and proficiency.
Oh, no. So that is a
I think that's a
20
D... Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry?
Yeah, no, go on.
23.
23, yeah. No, you've made quite a workable mobile out of teeth and pewter coins.
I'm very happy.
Galanos is like, it's so shiny.
It just falls over.
So Galanos has taken off his chainmail and then the sort of gambus and the padded armor underneath.
It took him about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And folding them up, and he's using that as his pillow. Underneath, he's quite ripped. And so this is what's currently showing off to the world. And since everybody, all the kind of natives to this area are quite hairy, I don't know if that's insulting to them or something like that, but he's just lying snoring quite loudly.
It would certainly be disturbing, but we'll see. You've been left alone by the Ariag, these 7-foot sort of almost look a little bit like a Wookiee, but are very much distinct from Wookiees.
Not a Wookiee.
Relora, this is the scene that you come in on.
So, just for clarification, is Noggin asleep or is she awake and just mesmerised by the shiny thing?
She's asleep.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
three of them are in the
Like
middle.
this, having fallen asleep looking at the shiny thing.
Yeah. Is that? I assume there's some kind of doorway.
Yes.
I want to just check any doorways, any windows, anything like that to see if there's any nearby danger.
Absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigate 12.
12. You slowly open the doorway. You seem to be in the back room of a pub. You slowly close the doorway. You look up at the stars and at the sky. You figure out, having been on a ship for well over a month, you figure out it's about 2 a.m. in the morning at this point. There doesn't seem to be any danger around.
If there doesn't seem to be any danger, then, I mean, only a few hours ago, I was almost ripped to shreds by some kind of dinosaur. Can't remember the proper name.
Deinonychus.
One of them.
Velociraptor.
Deinonychus.
And actually, the notion of sleeping indoors is incredibly appealing. And these guys seem to have assessed that it's all right. So I'm actually just going to sleep.
Okay. And the audience, as you're the camera of the show, as it were, the camera pans over and we see the window with the night sky outside, and then it does that cool fast forward thing, and the sun comes up and the sky is bright, and you all have had the effects of a long rest.
What do we get for that?
Get your health points back, and you get half your maximum number of hit die back, and if spell points are applicable, you get all your spell points back and all your abilities. You're basically a new man.
Do I roll up, round up or down?
Up. We're being nice. There's a sharp knocking on the door, and the Ariak that you talked to last night walks in with a massive smorgasbord.
Nice.
Essentially, different cheeses.
Continental option,
bits,
very nice.
Yeah, bits of meat, and he goes, "I brought you breakfast. We have much to do."
I don't want to go.
And he stares at Galanos's, and he very quickly looks away.
Good morning, my friend. Commander! Hello! When did you get here?
Noggin. I'm assuming around 6 hours ago. What are you doing here? What?
It's a long story, but there was an instant where we may or may not have dressed Noggin up as a giant, and then but these people are fine.
A 5
These are nice
foot
people.
giant.
Jürgen, the rest of our crew are still in cages, and you're here with some form of room service.
I'm
Listen,
just going to leave this here. Be ready in half an hour.
I just want to clarify.
Closes the door.
The room service was an additional extra that we haven't paid for. Basically, what's happened, Commander, is that these people here, this village is a prison. The Warden's done the same thing to these people as he's done to us, or this is what he plans to do with us. He's going to build a village, he's going to put us all in it, and he's going to let us live happily ever after. And these people have been kept here for countless generations. So what we've agreed to do is that we have agreed to that they're going to help us to distract the guards, the dinosaurs who are keeping them here, and we're going to make a beeline for the Warden's cave. That's the plan. I told you talking to them would have worked.
And how,
Just saying.
His tirade ends.
and how do you intend to distract?
We're going to throw some cows at the dinosaurs. It's an elaborate plan, I understand. You can understand why you might be a little bit confused. But hear me out. What do dinosaurs like? Breakfast. Everyone likes breakfast. It's morning. We get them some cows.
Don't worry.
You know, and then while they're eating, we peg it.
And everyone in this room and the people that you've spoken to here are in agreement on that plan.
Yeah, they think it was a plan.
The one person that we spoke to.
Yeah, that one guy who brought us also breakfast. So a waiter. We spoke to a waiter.
Roll an insight check.
17.
You got the impression that he owned the establishment.
Okay. He's clearly, look, he's not just a waiter. He was bringing us drinks. Which is kind of a thing that waiters do. And he took our order for food.
You're not helping your cause.
This is his place. This is his place. And I think this seems to be one of the biggest places in town. So he's obviously an important figure here. If he leads, I'm sure the others will follow. And what we've done is we made a deal with them that if we can at least do something about the Warden, if we can help to provide them with expertise that they can become self-sufficient, and we can get out of here.
Galanos starts turning and mumbling in his sleep. Looks like he's maybe having a bad time.
He's like doing that thing where he's kicking his leg, like he's chasing things.
Yeah.
Rabbits. Okay.
I'm tucking into breakfast.
Listen, Captain.
As you turn around, Noggin has eaten fully half of this smorgasbord.
Noggin! That was for everyone.
Sorry.
Commander, it's
Roll a stealth check.
That is it's still quite high. Let's have a think. That's an 18.
You just sweep a bunch of the cheeses into your pockets and just go over to the
I
corner.
suppose it's going to quickly cast Banish on Noggin, but she won't come back. Because she's not from here, so I won't. Commander, and it's not the best plan we've got, but it's the only plan we've got.
Brexit.
Laura takes
And by God, we will make it a success somehow.
Laura takes a quick moment to follow that logic. Exactly where is this Warden's cave, and how do we get to it?
The Warden's cave is at the end of the village. If the guards distract for long enough, we should be able to get there in a couple of minutes. And then all we got to do is pin the bastard up against the wall and get him to let everybody go.
Do we know how many guards there are en route?
There are 4 guards in the village and there's 2 outside, but the guards that are outside, even if they could get across the fence, will be distracted by the distraction as well. It's a lot of cows we're throwing at them. They'll probably go to sleep afterwards.
She can't quite believe she's asking. She can't quite believe she's asking Jurgen this question. I want to hear out your thoughts.
Uh-huh.
You keep using the term throw the cows. How exactly do you propose to throw them?
We could try and make a catapult.
We don't have that. It's not the A-team, Noggin.
If we can somehow... Maybe we do something, a 2-pronged attack, as it were. I can cast spells that will allow me to communicate with them and to potentially control them and suggest things that they should do. Perhaps a distraction of food, and also trying that might be effective.
If we could somehow potentially... Not when I say throw, obviously I mean lead.
Who owns these cows? Are they not going to be pissed off that you're just...
That has not been established.
It was offered to us by the publican. We can only assume that as a publican, he also owns cows.
He's a community leader, of course.
There are
You know,
cows in the vicinity.
because all tavern owners own cows. That's like hello.
Are you saying that someone's
it's
going to
like,
have a beef
buy
with
a
us?
pub, get some cows. Everyone knows that.
Can
Laura goes back to the cage.
So,
it was established that the resources that the town was subsisting off of were given to them by the Warden, if you remember.
Yeah.
So
we don't care about this anymore.
no, you don't.
Exactly.
So, you hear Galanos in his sleep just go, "No, no, my love, don't leave me again."
Oh, backstory.
It's
And then-
okay.
You alright, mate?
I'm alright, just let me get my stuff on.
That's probably fine. Put that away.
Yes.
What we can do, Commander. We can release the cows, and then you could potentially try to distract some of the dinosaurs and then get them to turn on one another if they can, if they're fighting over food.
This is the wonderful cow plan, right?
This
Cow
is
plan.
It's a great cow plan.
It's the plan.
Yeah.
But that's what we've got, Captain. It's the best we can do.
Perhaps save your persuasion and suggestion
For the
spells
Warden.
for the Warden.
Because we're going to have to get him to drop the magic around the cages, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
I will make sure that I
And many cows will have died for nothing.
Many bovines died to bring us to some.
Oddly enough, Laura doesn't care. She doesn't care about cows. Where are we going to find them? Where are they?
Where are the cows?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
She can't believe she's going along with the
19. No, 21. They're over there.
They're literally outside the window. And as you look out the window, you see the tall grey Ariag leading 2 cows by with ropes around their necks.
It's the tall grey area, the guy who
He's
brought
the publican,
in the stuff. Oh, okay, so he's already on it.
Yeah. I mean,
And he walks to the window and goes, "It's been 20 minutes. Are you ready yet?"
we're just getting dressed. Be out in a minute. Thank you for the Okay. Might need a sandwich. Is that carvery still open?
It's not there anymore.
Oh, god damn it.
So, does the commander think that this is an utterly awful plan?
Amazing.
So I've got to milk this one for as much as I can.
Listen, if you don't stop, we're going to have some beef. Right, can we carry on with the story?
I just wanted to end.
Commander's tempted to cast suggestion to stop puns.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let us gather our things.
I will not heal you again.
Let us gather our things. We will go along with this since it is a plan that has been formulated. But I may use some of my magic to supplement it.
It's almost as if you don't trust me. Is this the whole Naked Tuesday thing again? I mean, we dealt with that.
Naked Tuesday has been vetoed by the captain as an extracurricular activity on
Well,
board.
we'll have a conversation about that after my awesome cow plan comes to fruition.
So this is, in the space of 5 minutes, we've gone from it's the only plan we've got to it's the awesome cow plan.
Oh, dear.
Shock-
Hashtag cows for justice.
Shocking how art can mirror life, isn't it? So the 4 of you get ready. You don your armor, which takes 10 minutes,
10 minutes.
To put on. And you just get outside when the Ariag opens the door and says, "Oh, I was coming to find you. It's been half an hour. We need to do this now."
Okay,
Yes.
where are the guards?
They're just coming around on their patrol.
Okay,
The cows are in their path.
come on.
I shall cut one of the cows, and he opens the dagger, and that will incense the dinosaurs.
Okay, right. We need to get around the back, so if we can go around the back, out of the cows, out of the dinosaurs' way, swoop round the back, and then which way's the cave?
It's that way.
How
And
far away
he
is it?
points off towards the east. It's not far. A 5-minute walk at best.
Okay, so let me go at a light jog. We can do it in 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Job, yeah.
Light jog.
Yeah.
Light
A
jog.
light
Light jog.
jog, though.
Light jog.
Yeah,
Got
light
it,
jog.
got
Gotta have that morning run.
it. Galanos is
Do
going to
it on the morning.
outstrip you all.
I'm usually on a ship. I don't get an opportunity like that.
Who is this?
This is our commander. It's a long story. We do this thing where, you know.
We swap in and
She
out.
was very stealthy yesterday. I didn't see her.
Well, exactly. She's, you know.
But then many of your party were very stealthy yesterday.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Go to it, my friend, and and good luck, and may Lear bless you in your travels.
Thank you. And may your gods also bless you. And
Cool.
he wanders off towards where you just see these two just sort of.
Do you have any shiny things you can give me? For
No,
luck?
good, now's not the time! We're just like, we're pegging it. Right? Pegging it.
Roll a persuasion check.
If my plan fails.
Critical failure?
Yes.
No, he doesn't hear you. He doesn't hear you whatsoever. He's just single-purposely walking towards the cow, and he raises the dagger, and the last thing you see is he brings the dagger down on the cow's haunch, and it goes and starts running the other direction, but it's tied up to one of the posts. Do you stop and watch any more, or are you just going to run?
No, I think we've seen enough. We all know where our food comes from. We're going to wait for the dinosaurs to get stuck in, and then once they're there, we'll just go.
Okay, and the dinosaurs, you hear from the from the distance, you hear, "Hug! Hug!" Yes, that's right. The dinosaurs all say one word.
Are these dinosaurs like Pokemon? I mean, is that where we're at with them as well?
I didn't, yeah.
They're like, but sufficiently different not to invalidate intellectual property.
No, they're dinosaurs. And yeah, they start to, no pun intended, make a meal of the two cows. The four of you run towards the cave.
Maybe we should stealth. We can sneak up
Once
on
we
him.
get up to the mouth of the cave.
You see the mouth of the cave
Yeah.
approaching you.
Let us
It's
stealth.
this massive cliff ahead of you, and that's where the palisade ends. So you know now that the village is actually not circular or anything. It's built with the cliff as its back. And this cave is very worked. It's got this beautiful sort of portico on the outside. The stone has been chiseled with quite a high level of artistry. Yes,
So we're at the mouth of the cave.
indeed.
Okay, I tell everyone to just stop. Sorry, out of game question. Does this mean that cow plan worked?
Yes.
Naked Tuesday's back on the table, baby.
Okay, we need to get in, and we need to do so stealthily. We need to do so quietly. What I propose is we all stay incredibly close to each other. I can cast silence, so we can at least move in there silently and avoid drawing attention to ourselves.
You cast silence.
Sorry, that's yeah, no, the three faces.
Silence. You're described to us casting silence. Why not? Go for it.
Casting silence, as with all of Relora's spell casting, it's kind of these small, almost like pearly beads of light that come out of her hands, and these beads. It's a bit strange, and I think people don't enjoy it when she casts silence because they weave in and out of ears and mouths.
Oh wow. Okay.
In this kind of, and like stretching out to this, I think 15-foot
Around you.
cube around
I think
me.
it's a sphere.
Sphere.
But no
Um,
worries.
And then they kind of dissipate, but you get like just the faintest glow.
Okay. So that happens to all of you, and if you try and protest, you can't talk.
No.
I
I look a little freaked out.
I'm mouth agape at the shininess all around.
Question. Should have asked this before I cast silence.
It's happened now.
Will message work?
Ooh.
Psychically messaging.
There's an interesting question. Well, it won't say in the. I'm going to say yes, it will work,
Okay. In that case, I
but
message.
you won't be able to get the response.
I won't be able to get the response, but I message one immediately after the other. Let's move ahead slowly.
And you know that he taught you these hand signals in boot camp, but
Yeah.
you never really paid attention. You head into the cave.
Messaging. Stop it.
Ian, this is not your show. You head into the cave. All along the sides of the walls are these plinths with strange trophies that have been taken. You find a massive shell, which you none of you would recognize, but looks like it might be part of a giant crab's outfit. A giant hermit crab might have spent some time in this massive shell. You find various different skulls and claws, and yes, there are shiny things.
Teeth?
And there are teeth, and Noggin's just slowly picking up teeth. You find 19 assorted monster teeth.
So these are all impressive things.
Yeah.
So you'd say it's like a handsome plinth.
Yes.
No, never mind.
Sorry, that one went over my head. My
Handsome
bad.
plinth.
Plinth?
Plinth.
Oh, handsome plinth.
I'll just,
I get it.
I'll
Yeah, I got it there.
There's always one pun that just doesn't hit.
As you reach the end of this corridor, the cave opens up into a large open space, and the most impressive trophy yet is displayed, hung over the cave in a dramatic form, this massive dragon skeleton. The teeth are there, but they're way too far up. You won't
I can climb.
Okay. This massive dragon skeleton is suspended over this huge cavern, probably about 100 feet tall, 100 feet wide. And just on the other side of the cavern is the Warden, and he's sat there stroking a Deinonychus on his side, and the Deinonychus he keeps going, "Friend! Friend!
Commander.
Friend!"
Commander.
20 minutes.
This got.
Thank
I'm
you.
still casting silence.
Oh, that's true.
How like are we
Are you-
visible? Are we
You're very visible.
is there,
He hasn't
can we
spotted
hide?
you yet, though. He's
Um,
talking to his friend.
Can we hide behind something? Is there something nearby?
Roll stealth checks for me.
Uh-oh.
That is
18.
31.
I'm gonna start a new
31. That's high.
14.
14?
Might have critically failed on
Okay.
that one.
And the three of you, for future reference, the three of you have no idea where Noggin is. But the Ariag turns and he...
Just evaporated.
Yeah. The Ariag turns and spots you and goes, "What are you doing here?" He gets up and he goes,
I'm gonna quickly,
Okay, I dispel. I drop silence.
"Okay."
and I'm just gonna quickly throw up a whole person and pin him up against the wall.
Ooh!
I told you I was coming, boy.
What's your DC?
16.
He rolls a 24.
Oh, team balls.
So you lift up your hand, and the purplish energy that is Brother Jurgen's magic starts to move up his muscles, but he's just like, "No!" And it dispels it and says, "How did you get out of your cage?"
I'm going to take a step forward and just kind of stand in front of everybody, like spear out, shield out, just ready,
Okay,
just in
cool.
case.
I want to sneak around and get him by the ankles.
Noted. I will tell you when in the conversation you reach his ankles.
Okay.
I don't know either, but if it does, then that's going to be awesome.
Understand, I am just building you a better life. A safe life.
You want to preserve nature, yes?
That is my purpose.
We are not from this world. We are. You would not take something from one island and put it on another island. Then it spreads. Then the chain of the food chain changes. Things flourishes. Things die in an unnatural way. We just want to get home, and the most natural thing is for us to leave.
And he takes out this orb, this purple orb from his pocket, and it's this beautiful dark mist swirling around inside this orb as he turns it absent-mindedly in his hand. And he goes, "Roll a persuasion check." Actually, I don't know what he's going to say yet. We'll see.
I'm gonna use. This is the first time this one's been rolled.
Okay.
So,
Inaugural roll.
oh no, sorry, it's cocked. Persuasion, 18.
18.
Can I add anything? Or are you just going to take that?
Well, how would you aid her?
I just with more words, like
Yes, go ahead.
you, as she says, you're a hunter. You capture things. As she said, you don't want to mix the wrong things in because, you know, in the wild, you place something in the wrong place, it can kill everything, or it can just suddenly die. I can tell you now, we're the apex predator, and you don't want to mess with us.
That's more.
That's
Roll
more intimidation than persuasion.
roll an intimidation check for
Can
me.
I somehow back that intimidation up? Because I've got a small plan that I would like
Okay,
to
how do you back it up? Because this
I'm
might give
gonna
him
I got
advantage.
19.
I'm gonna back
19?
I'm going to back it up by reaching out my hand and animating one of the skeletons that happens to be in the cavern.
As in, you're creating a skeleton.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
animate
animating
dead.
I'm animating one of his. Animating dead. I'm animating one of his trophies.
Okay, and he looks at you, and he's got a wry smirk on his face. Roll with advantage. So roll again and see if you do any better.
Nah, 19.
19. Okay. Yes. You may think you're the apex predator here, but I have things that you do not know yet. At this point, Noggin appears behind him and grabs him by the ankles. And he looks down.
So do we.
You're not going anywhere.
Get off me! Noggin is about 2 foot tall.
Is there any way of tying? You know, he hasn't got shoelaces, but you know, he's got fur. Like.
Roll a
tying-
strength check.
This is turned an episode of Little Rascals. You had you stand on someone's shoulders to pretend to be an adult earlier on.
13.
Okay, and he just breaks free of your grasp and walks into the middle of the room, away from you. I don't know what that was. Filthy trick.
Oh wow.
What are you getting your skeleton to do, by the way? Because they don't last that long.
It was basically just
To be intimidating.
To be intimidating, yes.
Yeah.
Support the intimidation.
And it's this skeleton of a dog. It's this skeletal dog that's there. And it does a little rattle. And he goes, Obviously, you are here to ruin my plans. You are here to try and destroy what I have spent
Can I
my
interrupt
life.
his villain's monologue?
Yes. How do you interrupt?
Monologuing.
How do you interrupt his villain's monologue?
Potentially regrettable way, but it feels like we don't want him to get to the end of his villain's monologue. I want to dimension door so I'm stood immediately behind him,
Okay.
and then I want to take both of my daggers, and I want
This
to.
is more than one turn.
Yeah.
But go on.
And then with the
But you're gonna try and
go following dimension door is daggers and spiritual weapon as well.
you're gonna attack him. Okay.
Yeah.
You appear behind him, and he turns, and he's shocked to see that your daggers are drawn. And in bringing up his quarterstaff to defend himself, he drops the purple sphere that he was holding, and it shatters on the floor. And this black smoke rises.
Oh, that's probably not good.
It's not good. This black smoke rises and fills the cavern.
What's up there?
What's up there?
I have a bad feeling about it.
What's up there is a
Dragon.
skeleton of a dragon.
He's basically done what I did, but a lot better.
Roll your attack rolls.
Okay.
As he casts. What's he going to cast? Probably he's going to take that to cast Barkskin. Yeah, go on.
Neither of them are going to hit.
Yeah, so as the first thing that you see as you stabbing him with your daggers, thank you, Nay, is that his skin covers over in this very thick sort of bark-looking material, and the daggers just chip off of the side of it. You weren't suspecting it at all.
And my spiritual weapon, can I try anything with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Spiritual weapon is again in the form of myself,
Okay.
but a slightly more ethereal version.
Okay.
And it's just going to try and basically punch through this bark skin. Again, it's behind him, so it's going in from the back and just trying to push through.
Roll and attack roll.
These dice are terrible. Never have bought them.
Oh, those poor dice.
21.
21 hits.
Yes.
Roll your damage.
Damage is D8 for a spiritual weapon.
It's whatever the weapon is.
Fist.
So that would be 1 plus your strength modifier.
Get it.
Wait, what? 1? Just the number 1?
With minimum of 1 damage. So 1
No,
damage.
because my strength modifier is
It's
a
minus 1. Yeah, with a minimum of 1 damage, so 1 damage.
Oh.
So your chest is gone.
There's, I mean,
Spiritual weapon was just she
I
only
don't
just
want
learned
to be
spiritual
mean.
weapon.
I don't want to be
No,
mean,
no, it's
but
true.
that's why we invented weapons.
She is like yeah.
It's like,
I'm not making a horrible
bad
mistake
man.
there.
You are DM.
I am.
Wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a rules lawyer in the middle.
Always 1d8.
1d8. Oh, there you go. Well, there you are. I saw his face twisted like.
In that case, it's 13. That's
Sure.
much better.
I'm usually worried. I'm usually worried about like rules lawyers here, but the fact there's so many more of you.
To be fair, he's going to take over GMing from me in an hour and a half. So that's why. An hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, 13 points of damage.
Okay, cool. And you just see hashtag sexy Relora come up and smack the Ariag in the side, and he goes.
Hashtag strong female character. more like.
Noggin, it's technically your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to. Can I climb up on the dragon?
Roll a perception check for me.
That is. What is that?
What is that?
9 plus 8. I can't do
17.
maths.
So you think you can pick out a way up if you're good with your acrobatics?
Okay, then I will have a go at that.
Sure.
And I'm not good with my acrobatics.
Okay.
That is a 1.
So you jump up onto one plinth, you jump over to the other plinth, and then you're like, right, I've got to get up to that beam, to run across to that beam, run up that bit, and then I'll be able to get down the wires into, and then you just fall off the side of off the side of the plinth that you're on, which was where the skeletal dog was stood.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to do? You got a bonus action?
I'm going to hide as a cunning action.
Yeah, cunning action, hide. Yeah,
And then
roll.
I'm going to use fast hands to send off my little clockwork snake.
What are you sending the clockwork snake to do?
Sending off the clockwork snake to run up the guy.
Oh, to run up the jet as a distraction. Right, okay. Roll a stealth check as you bring out your clockwork snake and send him off across the floor.
That
He goes-
is a 24.
Yep, nobody knows where you are. Cool. Galanos.
So Galanos seeing that
You see this all unfold.
Yeah.
Your commander dimension doors over to the other side of the room and tries to stab the Ariag.
knowing that the commander is still the squishiest member of this party, and
True.
I'm like, I was meant to be protecting that one. Ugh! Starts running forward, and at the last second jumps and tries to spear this wizard mage sorcerer
Okay.
man.
He was about 60 feet away from you
Okay.
at the beginning. Your movement is 30 feet.
So can I basically peg it there and just stay there then?
What you could do is use your action surge
I could do, couldn't I?
to get a dash, so you could dash up to him and then stab him. And then you'd get 2 attacks.
Okay. Ooh. So I look at the commander. The commander sees the fear in my eyes as the very thing I said I would do is starting to fail.
And
which
you
is
just
protect people.
feel the adrenaline hit your system.
Yeah, and it's not quite the Flash, but I go as fast as I can, and make a slashing attack against him. First one is 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
That one gets 9 damage,
Cool.
and
So you bring your spear around and slash it across the warden's...
actually the first one is like a leaping attack in the kind of classic movie trailer moment,
Oh, yeah.
and then I bring around the butt of the spear.
Like
try to-
Achilles in that one Troy movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I bring around the butt of the spear and try and slam him in the face with that. Getting 12 to him.
12 to hit?
Yeah.
Misses.
Um,
As you bring the butt of the spear round into his stomach and what would usually be quite a soft part, and it just splinters off the... and you're panicked for a second that the back of your spear is broken, but no, you realise that actually he's magically turned his skin into wood. And there we are. It didn't do any damage whatsoever. Jurgen, how we doing?
Did you say his skin's currently wood?
Yeah. Magic wood,
So not flammable then?
not flammable wood.
Okay, fair enough. Right. Right. Boom. Spiritual shield. Straight away. Right. As always. Because.
You mean
Shield of Faith.
Shield of
sorry.
Faith, yeah.
Out pedant. And then I am going for level 5 guiding bolt. Right up in his
Okay.
face. There we go.
Straight at Mr. Ariag, the warden.
16.
16 just hits. That's what you needed.
Oh, right, okay. So that's what, 8d8? Or is it no 12d8?
It's, yeah,
Yeah, 12d8 at level 5.
level 5, I think so.
Yeah.
It's more than 2. It's D6s, right?
Level d6, sorry.
Yeah. You're fresh. I thought it was D6, yeah, 8d6.
Yeah, 8d6. Okay, right.
Have you got an...
Okay, fair enough.
Roll
Right,
those
that's
twice.
it. Alright. I'll take that. You can have that cursed one. 11, 14, and
10, so 24.
24,
And 2 more.
and 27.
27, and the next attack against him has advantage.
Yep.
Okay. At this point, it's his turn.
This is gonna be fun. I forgot to use any movement
And
last time
I
to get
was
away.
I was the last person to attack him.
He is going to cast Hold Person on you, Relora.
Yeah, pretty much. What saving throw is that?
17. Oh, wisdom.
Yes,
It's wisdom.
sorry.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Wisdom. 13.
13. And as he turns around and goes, that was rude, and holds out his hand, and you just feel your muscles freeze up and you can't move. This has happened to you before, hasn't it, Relora? Yeah.
Yeah, let's not dwell on that.
And he then moves away from you, provoking an attack of opportunity from Galanos, and he moves over, running back towards his chair.
I get 24 to hit.
24 hits.
10 damage.
10 damage. And
As I take a slash out.
as he ducks out of the way, you just manage to get your spear in the right place and stab him at the side. At that point, there is a sound as the cords that were holding up this skeleton dragon above you break free, and suddenly the dragon... It's not quite as windswept as you would expect a dragon flapping its wings to be, because of obviously it's a skeleton, but this is alive, and...
Is concentration broken by being attacked and taking damage?
Yes.
Then whole person.
Oh, yep.
He's just
Yep.
Thanks, Gal.
He passes.
What, am I still held?
Yeah. He rolled a 19, which is more than fine. Okay, and the dragon swoops around so that it gets you all in its view. It swoops down and lands behind Brother Jurgen, who is 60 feet away. Actually, hang on a second. No, okay, he's not going to do that. He's going to swoop down and he's going to land so that he can get the Warden, Relora, and Galanos all in his view, and he's going to, as a sort of, it looks like it's sort of muscle memory of this breath, but there's no organs for any breath to come out of. So what happens are these tiny shards of bone just fly out at all of you. I need you all to make dex saving throws for me, please. Except you automatically fail, Relora.
And there's no way I can use message as a cutting words?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, you're fine.
Oh, yes, I am.
So I got 14, but I have an ability, and I would like to use it in a way that's not exactly described as it is in here.
Okay.
So,
Run that past me, and we'll see if Reese is okay with it.
so I have a fighting style of protection, which means I can use my shield to protect someone else and give them an attack disadvantage.
Right.
I would like to allow a saving throw to the commander.
Okay, it would be your saving throw.
Sure.
So, did you pass?
I got 14.
You got a 14. Okay. That's not quite enough.
That was for me.
That was for you.
Do you want me to do one for...
Roll a dex save to see... Roll a save to see if you get in front of the commander. No, okay. No. So you just managed to go, I should protect the squishy. But it doesn't happen. Well, yeah, that's...
Use my squishy, she will be my squishy.
You both take 55 points of piercing and necrotic damage. As does the Ariag.
Well, he's been attacked by his own dragon.
Yeah.
Dick.
So, sorry, was that 55? Did you say?
I said 55.
That's more than your hit points, isn't it?
No. I mean, it's
Close.
I'm not on double figures anymore. Let's say that. Just writing Relora the squishy on my character sheet.
And the Ariag looks pretty banged up as well, to be honest.
How is the
I'm
cleric
just going to
looking?
use a calculator to see how he is, because obviously I'm having a moment.
How's the cleric looking?
The cleric, it missed the cleric.
Oh, okay.
It reconsidered and moved, because the cleric's 60 feet away from you, reconsidered and moved so that so it was in a different position, and it's yeah, exactly. The Ariag takes the full brunt of this as well, and just bone shards going in all over his body, and you can see that he is close to death at this
Does his
point.
concentration maintain?
You're damn right it doesn't.
Run!
And you feel, as the Ariag screams out in pain, "Ah!" You feel your muscles release, and you feel a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Now it's Noggin's turn. What you doing?
I'm not sure. The
Do you think you could Daenerys this shit?
Don't know what that means.
Go on the dragon's back.
Yes, that's what I was planning.
But-
I mean, the dragon is sort of floating mid-air
It's got a long tail.
because apparently it has a fly speed. No, go on. It has a tail. Yeah, that's true.
I can jump up. I've got a good jump.
Roll an acrobatics check for me.
That is a 22.
Okay, you pick out the line that you were going to run up before. This time you go 1 foot on a plinth, 1 foot on the other plinth, skirt up the wall, and you just push off the wall and grab the beams, pulling yourself off. Roll me another acrobatics check to see if you manage to land on the dragon.
12.
12, and you jump. Oh no, you haven't jumped far enough. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
7.
You could have just stabbed him.
And you jump and you've missed the dragon. You're falling towards the floor, and with Noggin dramatically in midair, that is where we're going to leave this hour of Adventurers Wanted. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching. I'm just going to hand over to our stage manager, Naomi, to do the outro spiel.
Your idea was really good. Like, I wish it did.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this 104,000 Adventurers Wanted. I particularly want to thank the stream. You've been saying such lovely things, so thank you so much.
Hi,
Really loving
stream.
that. Right, just a couple of things before we let you go. We are here every day until the 28th of August, apart from the 24th and 25th, from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., 5 p.m. till 10 p.m., running this campaign. If you'd like to come back, we would be more than happy to have you. We are also live streaming everything on twitch.tv/adventureswanted if you're imminently leaving Edinburgh and want to keep up. Or we are live tweeting at Adventures250, so you can catch up with everything on there as well. Please tell people about us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, in person. Just tell random people in the street. Tell them about us. I'm going to give this pass over to Oz, Ian and Chloe, who have things to plug.
Hi, my name is Oz Mills. I run a role-playing game stream at twitch.tv/OzMills, also on YouTube and Twitter with the same username. I run a role-playing stream which is aimed at increasing the visibility of women and minorities in role-playing games, especially online.
Cool. Hello. I am the host of a comedy panel game show here at the festival called Imaginary Porno Charades. I mean, it literally does exactly what it says on the tin. We've got fantastic guests from all over the festival every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at 11 o'clock at Sweet Grass Market. Tonight we have Stephen Bailey and Maddie Anhol and Neil the Wee Man Bratchpiece. Later on in the run, we've got Patrick Monaghan and John Robertson and Lily Lovett. Lots of fantastic guests. I say 11 o'clock every Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Sweet Grass Market. That's us.
Awesome.
I'm not working on anything else, but I know that there's an amazing show which is called Morale is High, brackets since we gave up hope, at Summer Hall at 10:15 each night by Powder Keg. There's songs and there's stories and there's time travel and it's an amazing show, so see that.
Cool. Thank you very much. We do have a really fast 10-minute turnaround. Before I let you go, I just want to give a round of applause to our players and our GM.
Yay!
Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you again. Have a lovely day. Please go through the doors at the back of the room. Thank you very much.
Woo!
That one didn't take off.
How are you? What are you up to?
This
I'm gonna check
mostly.
sales.
Yeah.